So I'm here today with Mike Gostola. And Mike, I know that you are super pumped about all things Mind Trainer Pro. Can you tell us just a little bit about your experience of like how you found out about this and what your initial results were? Like what got you so excited about Mind Trainer Pro?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Gloria. I appreciate it. So the discovery of Mind Trainer Pro is actually quite interesting because, as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, I've always been into the personal development thing, doing meditations, affirmations, personal development, all that. And I was actually presenting to a community about this time last year, and the creator of Mind Trainer Pro happened to be on the event, and he reached out to me after I spoke, and he's like, "Hey, would you be interested in maybe doing a collaboration and helping me promote this world's first mind training thing?" And I was, in all honesty, at first I was like, "Sounds a little woo," like I wasn't sure. And he's like, "Well, just hear me out and listen to this." So I got on a call with the creator, and he talked about how he uses isochronic tones and binaural stimulation patterns, and I was like, that sounds really interesting, but I had no idea really what he was talking about. So I said to him, I was like, well, Maury, give me something to try. And so he
Mhm.
sent me 4 files, and I like to dive into things head first. And I said to Maury, I was like, I'm very impulsive. Can I just consume all 4 of these recordings that you sent me? And he's like, well, I wouldn't recommend it. Go kind of ease your way into it. So I was like, okay. So I did the first recording, and I was just fully intrigued. I was like,
Mm.
my brain just loves this. Whatever this is, my brain loves it. Needless to say, I did all 4 recordings that night because I was like, wow, I liked it so much. And I ended up being awake until 3 in the morning that night. I started the recordings at about 5, and my brain just wouldn't turn off. It was firing on all cylinders. My creativity was at like just all-time levels. I ended up writing like a whole email series for one of our products that night. And it was instantly, I was just like, this is what has been missing in my personal development process for all these years, because I'd always found
Wow.
when I did like
That
this.
yeah, that's a
Sorry.
big statement saying that this is the thing that was missing in all these years. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't know if you can relate to this, but when we're doing the personal development, doing the meditation, say Joe Dispenza recordings, for
Yeah,
example. I love Joe Dispenza stuff.
I do too.
Eat it up. But a lot of times when I would be doing it, my mind would drift off, and I would have trouble really focusing on the task at hand, if you will,
Right.
right? Kind of squirrel brain, if you will. So when I started doing Mind Trainer Pro, I found that I wasn't drifting off into like different thoughts and thinking about the things I should be doing instead of meditating, instead of focusing. A lot of times I still couldn't get out of that forward thinking when I was doing my personal development, because like, oh, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing this, I should be doing this,
Right.
right? But with Mind Trainer Pro, I typically can't make it past like the 10-minute point of a recording where I feel I go into that full meditative trance and I'm fully immersed in the experience. And yeah, it's been the game changer for that process. And now with all the different things that Maury has available for us, you can be so intuitive with your meditations as well. So yeah, I was instantly hooked, if you will.
Cool. Now, the super neat thing is that it's not meditation, right? I mean, honestly, all you're doing is putting a pair of over-the-ear headphones on and either lying in bed or
Yeah,
lying back
yeah.
or, resting in a chair with a headrest and
Yeah,
just
I don't know if you
relaxing and listening.
call it like self-induced meditation, or I don't know what the term is, but it's meditation on steroids, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to actively try to
Yeah.
do anything.
Yes.
It's not like
Yeah.
like with meditation, you're
Yeah.
actively trying to bring your mind back, bring your mind
Yes.
back, bring your mind back, but that's not what this is at all. It's
No. Put the headset on, lay back, let it do the work.
yeah,
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah.
Um, so I am really, really pumped about the latest release we have in Mind Trainer Pro, which is the Lean Mind Method. And, you know, as a female, I have struggled and struggled and struggled with weight loss ever since I hit menopause. I mean, I was a size 4, I could eat anything I wanted to eat forever and ever and ever. And then I hit 50 and boom, it was invasion of the body snatchers for me. It's like, oh, what happened? And I
Yeah.
swear I have tried every product under the sun. I mean, I'm embarrassed to think about how much money I have spent on pills and drinks and patches and you name it, right?
Yeah.
So I am super, super excited about this. And I know that you've had the opportunity to experience it because you got early access to it. So can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the Lean Mind method?
Absolutely. So, I can relate to obviously not the menopause part of it, but as we get older, it gets harder and harder to keep those pounds off. Love handles start coming on. You're like, what's going on here? And I was the same way because I used to be very active, working construction, and I could eat anything. And that's actually what led me to this whole marketing world, because I put on a bunch of weight. And I was joking with Carla. I was like, you keep shrinking my shirts. And she's like, dude, look down. Like, not shrinking anything. And so I started doing the same thing. I spent crazy amounts of money on shakes and pills and potions. And I would do these ridiculous diets where I would starve myself and then do 3-day fasts and take these disgusting chalky pills and all this stuff, right? And I lost weight, but I put it all back on. I couldn't keep it off because I wasn't changing habits or anything, right? I
Yeah.
was doing things that were unsustainable. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And then it's just a yo-yo. You take it off, you put it
Yeah.
back on, and usually a couple more, and then you take it off, and then you put on a couple more, and it's like it's going the wrong way the whole time, right?
Yeah.
so so yeah, when Maury's like, I developed the lean mind method, I was like, well, sign me up. I need to try this. So I started, it's been about 40 days now. I'm down 16 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
the,
I mean,
the
I just started, so I just started, and then I went away on a 2.5 week vacation and ate nothing but junk. So, but
the
like, whoa,
yeah.
16 pounds in 40 days.
And I
Sign me
didn't
up.
change. I didn't change anything. Like, I didn't add more exercise. Actually, I've been working out less, which is crazy because I was on a pretty regimented workout plan. Um, the biggest thing is the way that it's rewired my brain. And that is the point of Mind Trainer Pro. It helps develop new neural pathways and releasing the epinephrine, the dopamine, the serotonin that makes us feel good, right?
Yeah.
And I find now when I go and I'm gonna make an eating decision, the things that we're the mind trainer is training us for, it's in my head. It's like you make good eating decisions. You stay active, all these things, because I was a bad snacker. I always
Yeah.
have been my whole life. Potato chips have been my nemesis, and if I grab a bag, I'm gonna finish it, type thing, right? And and since I've been doing mind trainer, like my mind disrupts that thought pattern of going for the crap, which is
Mm,
really cool to me because I've always struggled with just kind of snack eating, like or stress eating, if you will,
right.
right? And I'll go for the sweets or the salty stuff.
Yeah. I have a wicked sweet tooth, and my thing is, well, gosh, I worked so hard today, and I got this done and that done and the other thing, and I'm tired, and I deserve some ice cream.
Yeah,
You know
we
what?
we we justify it, right?
Yeah, and it's amazing. I have not found that Haagen-Dazs and Ben and Jerry's actually help my waistline.
They don't, unfortunately. They taste great. but but yeah, it's that's been the biggest thing is my thought process to eating has shifted. And I mean, I'm 47 years old now, and the fact that that shifted in weeks to me
Yeah.
is mind blowing, because no matter when I was doing the diets, the restrictive diets, and you know the shakes and stuff, and yeah, you can kind of rejig your microbiome, right? That's going to help you crave different things. But it takes time to do
Yep.
that and consistency. And as soon as you stop on the shakes, well, that's done, and you're back to your old self, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm finding now is all of those bad habits that I used to have are being corrected, like almost effortlessly. And that's what is just mind blowing. When I got on the scale and I was, at first I was like, okay, I was down 7 pounds. I was like, well, this is just going to yo-yo back, because this is what happens every time. I'll lose 7 pounds, I'll put it back on. So
Yeah.
then, week 2 came around. I was like, holy Dinah, I'm like at 11 pounds now. And it's like my weight loss in the first bit of it was fairly quick. I've slowed down now, but I'm at 16 pounds and I haven't yo-yoed.
Yeah.
That's the
And
craziest part.
and Mike, do you find that like when I've tried these various different things, right? I'm like around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and after dinner for me is like a really tough time. It's when I want to go for the sugar. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I'm trying to have like I'm constantly talking myself off the ledge, right? And it's a struggle. Are you struggling to stay away from the potato chips and the sweets, or is it kind of happen more naturally?
At first it was like I would be like, had to, like, I would go and I would go to the drawer and I would open it and I would grab them and I'd be like, yeah, one's not going to hurt, and be like, then I would actually put them away, and I was like, holy crap, this doesn't happen, and it's happening, right? And then
Yeah.
yeah, it's I what I've found is that it's just changed the way I think about food. And the cool part is like, when that craving, excuse me, when I first was having those cravings and going to the drawer, I remembered, okay, Maury's got the craving buster, or craving killer, sorry. And that is a specifically designed, it's like I forget, it's 15 minutes or 13 minutes. And
Yeah.
Maury's figured this out, that it's just enough that you listen to, it'll actually change. If you listen to it, typically people won't have the cravings after that. So I was like, when I was first going through that phase, exactly that 4 to 6 o'clock for me is kind of the same time where I would, like, I work all day and then kind of winding down, then the cravings hit. I would throw on the craving killer. I don't use it anymore. I used it for like the first 2 weeks.
Hmm.
And now I'm just doing kind of the maintenance stuff of like the healthy eating. And yeah, the cravings, like,
Wow.
even my son was saying, like, because we're out here together, and he's like, the junk food's staying in the drawer, Dad. Like, yeah, it is.
So how much time would you say you spent listening to these audio recordings when you started this, and how much time are you spending now?
I between 30 minutes and about 60 minutes a day, depending on the day. I'm kind of intuitively using the program. Um, the weight loss, like for the lean mind method, I've been using about half hour a day.
Okay. And do you do it 7 days a week? Like, do you have to be like fanatical religious about it or no? No? Okay.
I'm maybe 4 days a week consistent
Okay.
with it.
Okay.
With the lean mind. So I use Mind Trainer every single day, but I don't
Sure.
use the lean mind method every day. So, again, like, if depending on what's happening on the day, I'll intuitively use the program. But yeah, the weight loss stuff I've been using about 4 days a week. The craving buster or craving killer I was using a little more at first, like I mentioned,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's not 7. Maybe I should use it 7 days a week. Maybe I'd have 6 pack for the beach this summer.
Well, you might have to do some other stuff to
I
get that
might
six
have to
pack
do some
ab.
other
I
stuff.
don't know.
Probably.
Well, that is honestly super, super, super cool. Like, I would be over the moon ecstatic if I lost 16 pounds, you know?
Exactly, and the fact that it's staying off, because I've
Yeah.
lost. I've been on the yo-yo for
Oh, yeah.
years, 10 plus years now. And then so now to see it actually staying off, and like, actually now we're out at the lake right now, and I put on swim shorts from last summer that were tight, and they won't stay up. I had to like cinch them up. So that was a good feeling.
That's fantastic.
I had to drill a new hole in my belt the other day. I had to take my drill out and actually drill a hole because my pants wouldn't
Yay!
stay up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming to see you when I need to drill a new hole in my belt.
There we go. Love it.
Mike, that is just amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us today. And I know you're using Mind Trainer Pro for all kinds of other things for, improving what you're doing with your marketing and everything else. But this lean mind method. And here's another thing I love about it, Mike. You know, like we both spent a ton of money. And I don't know any of these weight loss products you can buy. They're going to be under $50 a month, and most of them are up around $100 a month. This is $14.97 you can get started. $14.97. That's it.
Literally pennies a day, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, every other program, if you wanted to do the full gamut of any of those other weight loss programs, show me one you can get less for $200 a month.
Right.
And it will be ineffective at best if you can find it for less than that.
Yeah, so $14.97 a month for just the lean mind method. And we have a 7-day money back guarantee. So, you can try it. And if for whatever reason you don't like it, it's zero risk. So, Mike, thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Pleasure.
I'm blown away. And I can't wait to share my results with you.
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, I'll have to interview with you when you have your results.
There you go. Thanks so much, Mike. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you, Gloria.